What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the From the Stands podcast. This week we had on Ryan Borlace and Ollie Goss from South Adelaide. It was an absolute pleasure having them on, and hopefully you all enjoy. How'd you start playing footy?
Playing for my local club, Yankalilla. I was about 7 years old, playing under 10s. Years prior, I've always wanted to play footy since I was like 3. So when I couldn't make the cut for under 10s at that age, it was a bit disappointing. But year finally came and able to start. Played all my juniors there, played junior Coles under 15s, 2021, and then from there played a bit of association and made my way up to South Adelaide.
I'm sort of the same. Started Auskick at my local club, which is Port Noarlunga, and then started in under 8s, worked my way all the way up until, went through the development programs at South, and then, been at South ever since.
How'd you first meet each other? Tell us that story.
Well, I didn't really talk to him very much in 16th year. Not that I can remember. I didn't go through the under 13s or 14s programs. I wasn't picked for 13s, and I was on like a Club Australia when I was 14, so didn't get picked for that. But association came around under 15s, and then South under 16s, obviously where we first met, and just bonded ever since, which is pretty good. He's an absolute bloke, so. And bonded really well last year in the 18s, and then it's just carried on.
Ollie mentioned. Oh, actually, sorry, Ollie. Go ahead, mate.
No, that was all, mate.
I was just saying, always as a small, good to be friends with the ruckman. Get him tapping it down a bit to you.
Yeah, I was going to say that was going to be my next question. Obviously, Ollie played a little bit of midfield time on the weekend. Was it good to be tapping it down his throat?
Yeah, it was good to get him in there. He's been itching at the bit to get in the midfield for a while. He wasn't hit to for much of the quarter, so Phoenix Hargrave, our main man, he was in there for quite a while. So hitting it down to him, and then Gossy just getting the cheeky second receiver, getting it in forward. It was really good having him in there. Really good having him in there.
Did have Phoenix on an episode of the From the Stands podcast. And last year, you guys used to go out for dinner at Fasta Pasta every Thursday night. Is that still going on?
Yeah, we've been carried the tradition on into this year. Yeah, good to go out with the fellas. Got the coaches on board this year. So they've been out to all of them. Me and Gossy haven't missed a Fasta Pasta in the past 2 years. Happy about that.
We're best on. The only two with a perfect record, I reckon.
You've got the Dogs next weekend. What's the plans to stop them?
We didn't play our best game against the Dogs last game. It's probably our defensive efforts that probably let us down. So I think we've tightened that up the last few weeks, which obviously helped us get 2 wins, which was nice. And it's sort of an effort thing, we sort of thought. So once we get that right, I think we'll have a pretty good shot against them this week.
Did you guys use that as a little bit of a catalyst for that game against West Adelaide?
Yeah, I think we desperately needed one. I think we were 0-5, so you can't really go much worse than that. And then that's when it all really clicked. Everyone was playing good footy, and it was a lot more enjoyable out there. So everyone was having fun, which I thought was the main thing. I think getting beaten by a lot was sort of motivated us to get a win on the board.
Both you boys as well were obviously part of the 2023 team, but you both didn't play finals last year. If South Adelaide get in that position again, is that motivation to make sure you're in the team?
Yeah, it is. Obviously missing out last year was a bit unfortunate, but it was really good to see the boys get the job done on a lucky day in September. It was really good to be involved in the program last year. Even though we didn't play, it was great to be involved with all the boys, great bunch of coaches and fellas as well. But yeah, definitely if we get there this year, last year will definitely be in the back of my mind and wanted to get the win this time. Lovely medal around my neck at the end of the season, but no, we just got to wait to see what happens.
Ollie, yourself?
Yeah, well, obviously it was really good to be involved, but it's never nice missing out on a grand final. But yeah, obviously we need to get there first, but if we do, it'll definitely be a lot of motivation to try and get there to the last day and win that as well.
Ryan, you've been selected in the state team this year for 2024, so a massive congratulations there. Are you looking forward to pulling on the state jumper when it comes?
It's been such a great opportunity to get selected this year. Obviously, it wasn't in the academy, so I had to have a pre-season at South. But it was very, very fun, very lucky to be picked for this team. And very excited. On the red, blue and yellow.
Missing out on the academy, did that make it harder to get into the state team? Was it, how'd you get into the state team? Was it based off the start to your season at South Adelaide, do you think?
Well, I feel I had a pretty good start to this year. I've done everything I was wanting to do, taking contested marks and giving the mids a first look in the centre bounces. But I was just at work one day and got an email saying I'd been picked. So I was in a bit of shock for a whole day, just thinking about it all day at work. It was really good feeling to know that I'm getting picked for that.
Where do you work?
I'm a greenskeeper we're in a cove, so I work on the golf course. It's really good fun. With me and a couple of good mates, cutting grass all day, fixing sprinklers, changing holes. It's really good fun.
Ollie, yourself, we were having a little bit of a chat off air, but the start to your season has been absolutely incredible. 7 goals in about 6 games or something like that. That's an incredible effort. What do you put that down to?
Oh, I think last year I sort of was in the position to kick some goals, but wasn't really finishing, and sort of not taking the shot when I could have. So just over the preseason, working on the finishing and aspect of my game, and as you said, yesterday, first run on the ball, which was good. Yeah, just having fun really.
Surely you'll be getting around the coaches now, telling them to leave you in the middle.
Oh, hopefully we've got a pretty good midfield, to be fair. Phoenix, Benny, and then Sid's obviously not with us, but he's pretty good. Whenever I get the chance to play, it's always good.
Glad you bring up Sid Draper because he's one that's made the jump to league level. Is that something that you boys want to do? Obviously, the league team's in a little bit of trouble at the minute. Do you guys think you could go up and help him out?
Obviously, it'd be a great experience to play a bit of league footy. A good stepping stone in my path to play resis even against high quality players. Be able to learn a lot from that, hopefully, and move on further. What's going to happen next year, we don't know yet, but it will be very exciting to play league.
Same thing as Borlace, try and play the highest level possible, but try and work the way up into the resis or something. And they had a good win today, which was good to see. And the league were a bit closer today, which was good as well. Noah House kicked a bag of 3, played with him last year. So it was good to see.
Yeah, I was watching along. Apparently, he almost kicked goal of the year, is what I heard.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard that too.
I did want to touch on as well. Jacob Sheean obviously is in the same draft crop as you guys. He took over as captain. What's he been like?
Yeah, he's been really good. I've been working with him as vice of the team. It's been really good. We got a really strong leadership team this year. He's just a really calm influence on the team, I think. Doesn't take things too seriously, which is good. Sort of need that around the team. So he's been really good.
Ryan, you got anything to add?
Not really, no. He's a very good captain. He's taken over Nico's role, obviously being a defender, front line of the team, stopping the opposition from scoring. But he's done a really good job stepping in this year.
Did you guys get to pick your captain, or was it coaches driven? Was it whoever threw their hand up? How did that come about?
It was a majority vote. The coaches and players and all the staff did a 6-5-4-3-2-1 voting system, and then came together with the top 5, and then they were selected for leadership this year.
Ollie, as vice captain, how much does Jacob lean on you?
After the start of the year, pretty rough start. We sort of had a whole leadership group meeting, which obviously when you start losing games, it goes to the people at the top, like the coaches, and then the leadership group. So we just needed to get a few things in place, which I feel like we've worked out. So hopefully let's keep going well. 2
wins on the board now, obviously the last 2 weeks. Do you guys feel like you can keep pushing now? Is finals and potentially, again, as we've already mentioned, a grand final, is that potentially on the cards again for you guys?
We've definitely got the list and the talent to make finals. I think, we were just on the wrong end of a few at the start, like that one after the siren against the Bays, and then a couple close ones here and there. So I think we've definitely got the list to get to finals and further on. So that's definitely on the cards, I think.
A little bit more of a fun one now.